get up.
That man dropped 112K. Oh yeah, that's Jeff, bro. He has a fucking Max.
Jeff, you're amazing. You should have done Resident Evil 3 gameplay.
So I didn't upload yesterday. I've been having some busy days here and there. It's just, I don't know. It's just, I know it's just been peppering me throughout the year, but it is what it is. Turns out owning a house is a lot of work. Like, actually really keeping up on it is a lot of work. But anyway, besides that boring ass adult shit, last night I ended up getting on after I did everything that I needed to do, and I've made a good amount of progress. So currently at the moment, I'm trying to unlock the obsidian hatchet, or more so the obsidian knife in general, just the knife. Whenever you go over to the melee thing over here under combat knife, and you can go over here to the no masters variant, there's, you know, a hatchet and stuff. And I figured an obsidian version of that would be really cool, so I was running around with it a little bit. Last night, I finished the obsidian riot shield. It really wasn't very difficult at all. And I also ended up finishing the obsidian desert eagle. And yeah, boom. So here's the obsidian desert eagle as well as the obsidian riot shield. So I had this one there. I had the obsidian riot shield. The obsidian riot shield is really difficult to like show off this way. You can only really tell like from in-game and everything. But yeah, it's just a pretty intimidating looking shield. I mean, it doesn't look like you can penetrate it, that's for sure. The Desert Eagle looks super mean. Obviously, I mean, even when I was using it last night in hardcore, yeah, hardcore shipment, by the way. Having shipment, I realized that with the time that I had last night, I needed to do something. I love hard hat, I really do, even though, you know, despite how some people play the map, I love hard hat personally as a map filled with players that I enjoy. Players that don't ruin the flow of the map, they don't siphon and suck all of the fun out of the game, out of the edges of the map, or whatever it is. But this right here is the greatest playlist update they have ever done to date. You cannot find another playlist update that they dropped that was more exciting than this. In multiplayer anyway. They put in a separate Shoot House 24/7 and a separate Shipment 24/7 playlist. This is something that everybody needed. Now, why not just do Shoot the Ship? Everybody knows that in Shoot the Ship, you have to sit there and worry about this 50-50 coin flip. Oh, I hope that I get a shipment game this time. I need higher kills as opposed to long shots or something like that. Shoot House is great for mounts / long shots, mainly the long shots and stuff though, to, you know, speed it up a little bit. And shipment is basically for everything else. If you need to do specific things, Shoot House is a lot easier to do for, you know, Damascus related things. But since I'm done and all I need are general kills for everything, I'm just gonna be in shipment. And I figured, hey, since I was doing the riot shield and I just ran around with some sort of secondary on, I figured I would use the Desert Eagle from time to time there. And you saw in the intro clip there, I had a lot more little clips like that, like just popping people left and right with the Desert Eagle and stuff. But I always have my game volume turned down while I'm watching streams and I'm in calls and shit. So I'm like half muting half of the clips and shit, but I cannot stand sitting there in hardcore shipment just having VTOLs and Harriers and AC-130s and all sorts of shit blowing in my ears. Also, they put back Drop Zone. This is the greatest combination of things I have ever seen in my life. Shipment 24/7 and Shoot House 24/7 need to be permanent. Even Drop Zone. I love Drop Zone as much as the next guy, but I understand that a lot of other people don't really care about it as much as I do, but I love Drop Zone. Anything that works somewhat similar to Hardpoint and Drop Zone is always a better game mode for most of these maps as far as flows go, because it more so changes the style in which people play. It makes people move a lot more, which is way more fun. I know a lot of people want to sit there back on their fucking high horse and act like running around with your headless chicken chasing dots is some sort of insult, but ultimately, mechanically, those players are likely better than the people that are just sitting there staring at a corner. Whenever you go over to the melee weapons here, this combat knife is here, obviously, and I just figured, hey, I think an obsidian knife would be pretty cool, and it's gonna be super easy since, you know, it's shipment, you know, and I need to abuse it while I can, so I've just been using this Damascus hatchet. These are very, very utilized weapons, especially in Warzone, so I guarantee you everybody's got these purple lasers for sure. Lumber Tactical. Oh my god, look at this beard. That's a dream. I mean, given this guy is like 100 pounds heavier than I am, this dude's burly as fuck. An LMG that I'll never touch in my life. Same thing with this shotgun. I mean, eventually I'm gonna have to get that, you know, Obsidian 725, and really that'd probably be super easy in shipment. Now we got Tall Tale. Oh shit. Melee Alpha. So it's another hatchet. Yeah, I'll buy it. Fuck it. Why not? That might be even more terrifying to see rather than the axe that I was running around with. This is like a real hatchet. I guarantee there's somebody down there in the comments explaining the difference between a hatchet, an axe, and a... Yeah, I've been using this Milsim guy. I actually really like this full black police force gear thing. All tail. So it's a way bigger melee weapon than we're usually used to because, I mean, whenever you look at this, what's the biggest melee weapon we had in here? It was probably this hatchet. And the rest, most of these are all knives, if not every single one of them besides these two right here. So, let's put this on. Oh, the obsidian looks scary, dude. Oh, yeah. Go shipment 24/7 and just sprint up on people and shit. Yeah, I mean, getting the riot shield itself really wasn't... Oh, wow. I mean, I was talking about how bulky it is, but let's see how this thing swings whenever we hit someone with it, I guess. The other axe actually feels pretty nice whenever you kill somebody with it. Oh my, yeah, running into a shotgun as a knifer, nightmare fuel. Come here! Oh man, all of the fail melees that I ended up getting with the riot shield when I was trying to kill people too was a nightmare. Like, it was super embarrassing type of shit where I had to actually, I don't even want to admit some of the shit that happened to me on there. Pussy. Oh yeah, take a look at the obsidian riot shield while you can anyway. That's the best you can really see of it is in third person. The knee slide knife is definitely the most effective thing. You can even use that a whole bunch with the riot shield. Are you fucking kidding me? I have a riot shield on my back, don't get me wrong, but there is definitely something wonky with the riot shield. Just the hit registration in general from behind, even in the front, it makes zero sense. I swear sometimes people shoot you through the shield. And then there are other times where whenever people go and shoot at me, certain things definitely hit me, but the game says no. See, sometimes it's weird. I don't even think that actually reached her. Other times I'll completely miss and it'll kill. Other times I'll be standing on top of somebody and it won't even matter. I've even had some instances where I've actually lunged and locked on to people. It was very, very weird. It felt like Commando all over again at some points. I'll stop pounding about EOD. I think you should be left with a little bit more HP than you usually are, but you know what? Putting an entire perk slot on to survive one explosion, I'll take it. Fine. Still a joke in comparison to its predecessors, though. Even the original blast shield from Modern Warfare 2 that was like a lethal or some shit, or tactical or whatever. Everybody knows that that blast shield sucked, and I'd actually say that that blast shield and this EOD are probably around the same. If you want to see how a real flak jacket or EOD should work, look at Black Ops 1 flak jacket. What does my dumbass even look like running around with this thing? Just as dumb as I thought I did. For a small period of time when I was doing this, I was using Quick Fix, and I mean, it wasn't that bad, but it's not gonna save you. I hate this fucking game. That is so fucking stupid. As you can see, it's very, very mind-numbing. It gets very not fun very quickly, and this is why I turned down my game volume, because it doesn't matter what happens. I just need to grind it. That's it. I don't even enjoy myself anymore. Receptors in my brain that somehow makes me feel good, whatever the fuck that shit is. Anything that could be sent out of my brain that produces any kind of euphoria is absolute mush. I nearly have my headset muted. That's how much I don't want to hear myself dying 8,000 times. I hate these turtle players that do this shit where they actually lay prone with their shield. They actually went and capped every single flag right at the end. Well, I hope they're happy with themselves. They beat somebody that's knifing. They beat 3 people where one of them is actually knifing. I'm virtually not a teammate.
Nice. Look at this guy, man. Whew, cruising. He had 56, he had 79 deaths.
And 79.
Oh.
I'm knifing. That's like making fun of a fucking 8-year-old that can't bench press 200 pounds. He only benches 195. You do realize how handicapped I am, right? And the fact that you had to try that hard in a game against somebody doing that says more about you than them. It came down to the wire! 3v5! And you're talking about deaths! They don't realize is each and every single one of those deaths is Joe Seacott patting you on the back for an easier lobby next game. Control. Hello? I'm not. Dude, it's running into a wall! you're gonna work right. With the amount of people that are using the Growl, like eventually it's literally just gonna be Star Wars. Everybody using their pink M4s versus the purple Growls. Figured at the moment with the 24/7 playlist out, this is probably the best thing I should be doing. The things that are just a really tedious, stupid shit that I wouldn't be able to do otherwise. I would love to actually make a ton of progress on the ARs because they're so long and annoying and everything, and I would really hope and pray that I would get games where it allow me to be able to drop a whole bunch of kills when I have that big of a challenge in front of me. That's only if shipment is there. I mean, otherwise, I mean, yeah, it might be possible, but you gotta go through a lot of hardship in order to deal with it. Surfing through the lobbies, trying to find a lobby that even allows you to be able to drop as many kills as you need on a map that you like, on a game mode that you like. It's very hard. You'll know where I'll be all the way until the start of Season 4, where they'll likely remove shipment 24/7. At least leave shipment 24/7 for the people that are doing these challenges, honestly, man. Fast track everything else at this point, and I know that, you know, you need these camo challenges in a sense to keep people on the game. I get it. It wouldn't be done this way otherwise. See, if it were total kills, I would make as much progress as I did with the Riot Shield. You see how that works? With the current challenge that they have in the game, there's opportunity for you to actually be able to lose progress. Everything counts in increments of 15, whereas with the Riot Shield, for example, it counts as just total kills. So every single game that I get in, no matter how slow, no matter how annoying, no matter how frustrating, I still make progress. Whereas with the Obsidian, it's just done this way in order to keep you on the game longer. Why is it not total kills? You can see how wonky this shit is. You already know. You know how it is whenever you're messing around with Riot Shields. This shit, sometimes it blocks everything. Sometimes this shit covers you so well it applies SPF 1000. It protects against bullets, explosions, aging, wrinkles. That's the worst. Whenever you see one of those little Andys just backing up with his gun out, just walking backwards and shit, panicking. You know every single time you see that as a knifer, you're about to die. One thing I noticed about how the axe feels in comparison to the knife is that for whatever reason I feel like my animation is a little bit longer. I don't think it is, but it feels like my animation is a little bit longer and somehow gives my character a bit more of like, I'm not gonna say that it reaches further, but I do feel like it's a bit more consistent when I swing at people. I don't know how to explain it. Maybe it's just the way that the model looks. It's a bit more accurate to how the weapon actually hits, like the hitbox of the knife. Call of Duty World War II went free to play, I think yesterday or the day before that. And people are playing Shipment on there, and it's funny because all the gameplay I've watched on Shipment on that game, they're not spawning directly in front of people like this on a consistent basis. You guys already know how it is. We're probably not going to get a new sniper in Season 4, and if it is, it might be a grenade launching one, so I have no idea. Dude, snipers actually got shit on this year. It's crazy that it took me this long to realize how fucked we actually were. Oh well, back to Shipment.